Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are headed to the lake again, and this time with a new toy. And I'll show you that when we get on the water. It's going to be really cool, something new and fun, exciting for me to learn. We're going to chase a different species today, actually. We're going to crappie fish. We will definitely probably throw some bass stuff because I just can't come to the lake and not do that. But going to my favorite lake, Cedar Lake, and we're just a few minutes away from the boat ramp, and we're going to get over here and see what we could do. This weather it got really cold the past couple of days, and today is going to be up in the 60s. This strange big dip Arctic blast cold front. Now it's going to be warming back up. It's already 50 degrees and 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm just going to head over here and enjoy this fall day. And it's going to be sunshine today, so should be able to stay warm. You know, go get over here and see what we can do. Let's go.
We're on the water now. It took me a little time to get set up, but we got some new gadgets we're going to play with today, and had to swap a few things around to get a few things done to kind of finalize everything, get on the water. But like I said, we're going to be chasing crappie today for a little bit. Got a few spots marked already from previous trips, and some stuff, some different spots that friends have sent me and places I fished with friends in their boats crappie fishing. So but the surprise I've got for you is Livescope. So we've had this Garmin unit for a while now, 93 SV, and I just recently got a black box and a forward-facing transducer. Got the LLVS 34, and of course the GLS 10 box. I've been in the water one time with it. It was my buddy's pond, and already I could see, how this is going to be beneficial. It's a really cool tool, whether you love it or hate it. It can be really effective for finding fish and catching fish. So it's just something it's just been a goal of mine to get that done this winter. And we've got a beautiful fall day. It's November 12th right now, and absolutely gorgeous day. Colors are starting to fade a little bit. Everything's kind of turning brown, but still a beautiful day. So let's get over here and get on the first brush pile and start scoping and see what we can find.
Pretty cool buck up here. He was up here laying on this hillside with a doe.
There's a big buck up here on the hillside. He was laying down with a doe, come around the corner and jumped him up. There he goes over the top of the hill. That's pretty cool. All right, let's get to fishing. All right, guys, just found the brush pile. So let's try to catch a crappie. There we go. First crappie on the board. Watched him eat it on the Livescope. That was cool. Awesome. All right, so this is going to take a little bit of learning. But there's the first crappie on Livescope. Stacked up right here. Really cool. It's a pretty small one. Yeah, it's a 9-incher, so we're going to keep anything above 9. There we go. Got one that time. Heck yeah. All right, crappie number 2. That one's going to be a bit small. There we go. Scoped another one. All right, starting to figure out a little something here. These are small though. So we're definitely going to want to find some bigger fish. But we're starting to figure it out. And like I said earlier, man, this is not as easy as it looks. I fished alongside a lot of guys with Livescope, and never crappie fished like this, but it is kind of fun. So we're going to stay on this brush pile just a little bit longer and see what we can figure out. We did what we came to do, and that's catch a fish on Livescope. There we go. Got that one. Heck yeah. That is pretty cool. That one's just not quite what I want, but we'll keep that one. It's right at 9 inches. All right. Another one for the fryer. Pretty cool. Really just trying to kind of explore this brush pile a little bit, figure out where they're at. Maybe catch a bigger one is the idea, but this is pretty cool. I mean, getting to kind of watch how they react, that's pretty neat. The biggest thing is just finding the jig once I cast. Like I'm having trouble with that. So if you guys got any pointers, let me know. All right, guys, we gave that brush pile some time there. Caught a few fish on it. Had a little bit of fun. Just going to change brush piles now just to get some different texture on the screen. Just to learn how to get some things separated, figure things out. I think jumping around is probably my best idea, or the best thing that could help me today, is just kind of running around and looking at different types of structure and figuring out how the fish react and where they're setting on those. So we're going to run over here and hit another brush pile and try it again. All right, guys, we're making a move to another brush pile. Did not catch one on the last one. Just couldn't really get my boat position very well because the wind just kept spinning me and it was hard to keep the scope on it. And so I'm going out here to this next point. There's a brush pile on it, and I've got a bit of a breeze, so I should be able to keep things landed where I need to. And we'll go from there. That's rough. There we go. Got him. Not a real big one again, but close enough, or it's big enough to keep for sure. There's another one for the fryer. Man, this is fun. So I didn't actually see that one on scope, but what I did do is I was able to cast in the right spot. There's a couple of structures here, and that fish was between them, I think. So really just trying to figure out the casting distance and how to line it up. It has not been the easiest thing to learn so far, but you know, that's why we're here. We're here to practice and get better. There we go. Got that one on the scope too. Found a school of them. They're right underneath me here, and kept seeing them come for it, and they just wouldn't eat. Finally, I just kept teasing them until they bit. This one's probably going to be too small to keep. Yeah, a little too small. All right, I'm starting to figure out a little something here. Just need bigger fish, but man, it's fun. So I think what we're going to do now is probably go find another brush pile. We've caught a few here. Learned a little bit more about reading the sonar. Did change a few settings actually. I think might have helped. So we're going to move to the next brush pile and see if we can do some more of it. Struggling to see my jig now, and I know I've said that before, but I've messed with a few settings. I think I'm getting closer, but I just haven't figured out exactly what to do yet. So thanks for subscribing. Thanks for tuning in, and smash a like button, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this new setup, and we're going to get back to fishing. Got him. Oh, it's a little bass. I thought it might have been. I saw him get off the bottom, and I was afraid it was a bass. Livescope that one. Catching the bigs. No luck on this last one, besides a little bass, so really not sure. Really not sure what to do at this point. I don't know if the bite's shut off or what's going on, but we've caught some fish. We've had fun, so definitely learned a lot today, and we'll continue to learn a lot more. So let's go hit this other brush pile and see if there's fish on it, and cross our fingers we get lucky on that. There we go. Got that one. Oh, a little bitty guy. Well, son of a gun. Finally got another one, and that was too small to keep. Been on a bit of a dry run, but also I'm clearly doing something I'm not familiar with, which is crappie fishing and using a live scope. So definitely not upset about how it's been so far. All right, guys, I believe that's going to do it for me for today. Might throw a crankbait around this point right here, but caught several crappie, learned a little bit, caught a couple small bass, and it was pretty cool just learning more about how to read the live scope. And first time success. I actually caught a couple on live scope. Definitely caught the fish I caught because of live scope, because I don't know how to crappie fish, but what it did is let me see the structure, let me see how the fish reacted, and then adjust accordingly. So it's pretty cool. So we'll stick around this corner here and call it a day. Thanks for watching.